Hello. Hold on, I'll just change the camera around. There. There we go. That's more like it. How are you? Quack. Good evening, all. I hope you are well. I must admit, I don't feel fucking ideal, but we'll crack on. It is Thursday, and Thursday is the time when I take fucking poison. By God. Lovely, lovely poison. How are we all? I am not particularly fantastic or doing really well, but that's life. What is going on? How are you? That's what I'm interested in. Oh, please excuse me 1 minute while I just sort something out. Oh dear. There we are. So, today we're doing another live stream. Awesome. Someone appears to have supported me on coffee, which is very kind. I appreciate it greatly, thank you. Pradeep, do you have any Pradeep? Sorry, I'm singing that song by Kanye West, I can't stop. Pradeep very kindly shared with me a sample of Heaven Can Wait. He also sent me 2 mystery samples, which I'm convinced are both going to be colossal amber woods. And also the new Houbigon, Tobacco Nomad, and Oud Or what? Oud Or Death? Who knows? Pradeep being a rascal. Thank you very much, mate. There'll be a video coming on that at some point, probably Saturday, because I'm a bit busy tomorrow. I'm going to view an auction with my friend, who thinks we're going to get something to eat when we're out. Not in the fucking way I'm feeling we're not. I feel like I've been hit by a fucking... I don't know, I feel like I've been shot in the stomach. You know what I mean? Woof. Got the sweats. Priors? Do you have any priors? Let's see what coffee has to say. I've got 2. Andy. Thank you, Andy. Andy, I really appreciate your support, mate. You've always been a massive supporter of mine. And I really do genuinely appreciate it. Andy is a legend. Frank is off to bed. Enjoy Dhaka, Bangladesh. Wow. People are very, very fucking generous. Oh, sorry if I keep sniffing. I'm a legend, right, says Frank. Well, you haven't been around for a while, but I'm glad you're back. I know you've had shit on, like important stuff, like actual life stuff. where you don't have time to be watching like fucking flagrant streams such as this. Oh, my mum tried to serve up some lasagna tonight, and I was like, I had a few bits, and I was like, no, just thinking about it's making us feel worse. Just lasagna's an oily boy. Can't be hacking it. Paolo is playing Spot the Fragrance. This fragrance right here is called Racine, and it's rather nice. It is a dry vetiver boy. In the old Maître Perfume Elegantier style. Much thinner, much brighter than Racine, than Route de Vetiver, which is just as black as the fucking night, like. Santal Nobile, Amber Précieux, Parfum d'Habit, Love and More. Yes, Amber Précieux. I actually have some of that on my wrist. It's either going to be Clune Keen or Maître Parfume Elegantier that I'm going to embark on next. I think it's going to be Clune Keen. House which was recommended to me by Eura Rose, who, if we have any luck, will be doing a stream with me tomorrow night. That'll be nice. Won't it? Don't you think? I think. Oh. I need to blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to blow my nose. 1 minute. I'll mute the fucking microphone because... I'm back. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed my blowing of nose. So, how are you, friends? Oh, and goodbye again, Frank. Joe, I got your email. I'm glad you received your samples. I hope you enjoy them. I'm sure you will. I think you'll get more out of them than I will. I've no doubt that you will. Ah, see, Jacob's doing a stream. Sorry about that, Jacob. Oh my. What a day. Where's Proudy? Is he here? Yes, he is. Is he? He was. There he is. Problem, mate, there are 4 Hubegant samples. 4? I see. So the other 2 are Hubegants. Mosmic, welcome to you. I don't believe I've seen you here before, but you are most welcome. More than welcome. How are you? Does everybody want to tell us what they're wearing today? What perfume are you wearing? Oh, Michael Horner says he's sending me a box. I love a box. How can you not love something that comes in a box? Mosmic, you are most welcome, sir. Bois de Turkey and Iris Blue Gris are also very interesting. I think the whole house is interesting. I'd love to try. I mean, most of those over there are most of their male offerings. I don't think they've released anything. I'm not sure if they've released anything new on the male side since that box was discontinued. I could be very, very wrong. I mean, let's be honest, it wouldn't be the first time. Excuse me, stomach's doing fucking somersaults for some reason. It has been all week. I had a pizza on Monday and my body's just been like, I'm not letting you get away with that. Do you know what I mean? Gotta go out on your sea. Welcome to you. Haven't seen you for a while either. It's very nice to see you again. Come in, sit down, and thank you for telling us your scent of the day. Today I wore. I'll get to all of your scents of the day in a minute, don't worry. But But today I wore this, and I know the fucking cap's going to come off as soon as I try and pick it up. There it is. It is. Oh, fuck, it's upside down. It's not. Fede Pontaccio 21. Marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. And later in the day, I topped it up with this. Pontaccio 21 Eau de Cologne. Did you know there was an Eau de Cologne? I knew there was an Eau de Cologne before I knew there was a fucking Eau de Toilette. An Eau de Toilette. Scent of the evening is Memoire d'un odeur. D'un idole. Is that the Gucci? Boz, welcome back. Jura Rose, yes, me and Jura Rose will be at it tomorrow night, hopefully. So let's have a look. Pat Lester is wearing Citron Noir. Paroli's wearing Vintage Antaeus. Pradeep was wearing Poisoned. Oh no, sorry, that was me. Yes, today's Poisoned Day. Hello, Pat Lester to you. Joe, in my world, we were told this week that our data kept by our pension provider has been nicked mainly because they had neither encrypted nor segregated it. The horrible people. Sue them for twice as much as what your pension was worth. Welcome, friends. Today I'm wearing Roja Burlington, says Frank. Very close to Guerlain Ideal Cologne with a touch of Guerlain Homme EDP. Not really sure if it's worth it at half price if you already own those. Kenzo Poron Paolo doing some fragrance spotting. Oh, Santal, always here, says Pradeep. Welcome. Afternoon, folks. Welcome, Micah, Stephs, Erin. I'm going to go out on Yossi, I beg your pardon, sorry. I'm trying sample sets I got about a year ago, including Penhaligon, so giving Impressor a go, and it's a no, very sharp scent, no florals or sweetness to it. Yeah, I think you're really going to like those Grossmiths. Aramis Havana for Mosmic today. Watch Robe's video, bravo, yes, Robe's laying into the people promoting S-Boy, because it's shit. You wouldn't be doing it if you weren't being paid to do it. You know what I mean? Disgusting, really. But there we are. Now wearing Byredo de los Santos. Did you know that Kering bought Creed for $3.5 billion after BlackRock paid $1 billion for it? I hope Olivia Creed's turning in his fucking upside-down casket, the fucking vampire. I hope he didn't get a fucking penny of it, shithouse. Rich, you still don't like Tempo? No, there's much better patchoulis for me. Much better. Even though Olivier Pachot, God rest his soul, made it. And bless him, he didn't really make anything I liked. I mean, apart from 34 Saint-Germain and Vetiverio, I mean, I've got them. And Vetiverio's nice. But, I mean, if I didn't own it, would I miss it? Don't really care for Byredo stuff, but this one have a very realistic sage note. Not clary sage in the opening. It's time for clubbing, says Dusan. It's what BlackRock do. Good grief, these people have more money than sense. Hopefully they do more than BlackRock. With BlackRock did fuck all. Apart from make $2.5 billion in 3 years. Hello, Rich and chat. Scent of the night is Chanel Pour Monsieur EDP. Fabulous. A brilliant scent. Have you tried Etrose Patchouli? Yes, and it is very nice. It is very nice. Nobody does patchouli like the Italians, I have found. Etrose Patchouli. Vetiverio, EDP or EDT? EDP, I've got. Etrose Patch is nice. It was their first ever eau de parfum. Ah. Sorry, I've got that on too much. Etrose Chalneur, I've got that. Very dark. They made Wind Fart. Yeah, shit. Producers, they buy a company, streamline the corporate structure and sell for a higher price. With the fucking... Do you know what I've got? Do you know what I'm going to say? Something outrageous here, and I don't mean to get too political, and I don't mean to expound on the old fucking economic models that we have, you know, economic and social models, because I am but one duck. But I'll say one thing. At those levels of capitalism, right, it just seems that money begets more money. You make money just by having money. You don't actually do anything. You don't make anything. You don't contribute anything. You know? You do nothing. You take something that someone else has made, you own it, and by the mere fact of you owning it, 3 years later you sell it and triple your money. I am just a normal person. I do not fucking know more than you or less than you. I'm just saying, what are you supposed to do if you don't have any capital? Capitalism doesn't work if you don't have any capital. But when you have lots of capital, right, your capital increases just by the sheer virtue of you having capital. It's crackers. Welcome, I smell. Real estate has been built on this principle. I could go on to you about how America is built and why they've got such a massive economy and why they've got like the most powerful economy in the history of the world, right? It's literally because there was free real estate. That's all. Free real estate, minerals, land, no people, and that's it. But I'm not going to do that. It's not your average American's fault. You know what I mean? It's not like normal fucking American people's fault that's how it's been. I did say at the beginning of this little tirade that I didn't want to be too political, but we'll leave it at that because I don't want to be political. It's the last thing I want. Richie G, why'd you always text me? Good evening, Dev. Scent of the day was Paris Vanille. Yes. Very nice. Hello, Christoph. Is it true that in the UK all land is owned by the royals? No. And you pay money just to rent it for some given amount of time? No, it's not. It doesn't work quite like that, no. Anyway, that would be the same as the Norman conquest. The Normans did exactly the same thing when they came to Britain in 1066. They just stole the land. They just took it. gave it to themselves and then harvested the money from it. Might is right, and it was ever thus. I don't know, Masmo. You can't scram the swans. Yeah, you're not allowed to eat the swans, or there'll be hell on. It's literally illegal to touch His Majesty's swans. They belong to him, or they're protected by him. Yeah, BlackRock's going to be one of the biggest fucking housing providers in the world. Lloyd's wants to be the biggest provider. Lloyd's Bank wants to be the biggest house owner in the UK by 2025. They're just buying up everything. Swans are bullies. Swans are fucking leery as fuck. They'll come and get you in the night if you're not careful. They'll break bones as well. Oh. So Richie G, I always wants to have a fucking conversation when I start streaming. And as much as I love talking to Richie J, I can't have more than one conversation at once. Oh, he's just refused to jump on my stream. Prick. Literally buying up massive amounts of property to rent out and strong-arming councils to get land for overpriced flats. I trust you don't fancy going to Swansea then. There's not particularly more swans in Swansea than there is anywhere else. Vintage, but I don't think it matters that much with Hermes, says Dev. Richard Gardner is here. There he is. Little waif. The rascal. How you doing? I saw a giraffe today. Richie G. Saw a massive giraffe in Phoenix. And I took a picture of it. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. In fact, I will tell you what... Oh, hey! Did you watch that video I sent you of that bloke doing some fucking... He did a run and fucking jump on Northumberland Street. I think I sent you this earlier. Did I? Aye, I did. You didn't watch it, though. Bell end. Deal with that. You watch that, son. Oh, somebody's message is held for review. It's Richie G's. A giraffe, you say? I do say a giraffe. Seagulls will get you too if you let them. They'll steal your food. Absolutely doubtless. I wasn't impressed. He was doing it with a blindfold on. I actually felt those little spikes. They were quite sharp, and they were made of metal. Or at least made of very, very sharp plastic. It was fun. I imagine you'd have enjoyed it, my son. Aye, as well as a prick could be doing, that's right. Little Raji. How's the cat? I almost got knocked off Land's End by a seagull after my sandwich. Oh, God. Straight in the sea with you. Oh, no. It's no good getting knocked off Land's End. What the fucking hell's going on out there? Give us 2 seconds. Some birds at the window. I'm choosing violence. What are you doing? Fat pigeon. Big birds. Fuck. Size of that pigeon. Size of it. Ah! Here's a tale for you. I went outside this morning, right? Went to get into my car, and the driver's side of my car was caked in bird shit. Covered. Couldn't have been one bird. Couldn't have been one bird. Must have been a cluster of them. A murder of crows. There must have been big units as well. Covered in shit it was. Awful. Not completely my style, but it's good, says Dev. Drink water or stop smelling stuff completely for a few, says Dev. I had a seagull landing on my head once trying to steal my pan au chocolat, says Juro. I like pan au chocolats, they're nice. Oh, they're nice and light. If a bird comes and gets on my fucking on my window again, I'm going to spray it with some perfume. I'll get something horrible. You live in paradise, Mitch. Would love to live somewhere peaceful and remote like that. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. I want to live here as long as possible. There was a couple walking ahead of me and the bloke was eating something close to his chest. A gull literally flew into his face to get the food. He screamed. I'm afraid I laughed. I'd have attacked the bird. We've got to stand up to these fucking beasts. Had Indian today and I realised I fucking hate the taste of coriander, says Dev. Has anyone seen that guy who has been feeding a seagull for years and documenting it on YouTube? No. I enjoy pigeon deconstructing a croissant occasionally, says Brody. That's weird. Greetings, folks, says Tripler. Tripler, welcome. Your scent of the day is truly fair play. More than fair. More than fair. Was it fairly priced? That'd be interesting to know. Yep, I hate the taste of coriander too. Tastes soapy to me. Yeah. That's weird. But what does it smell like to you? How does it smell to you? Boss likes coriander, he guesses. I've been trying this Amber Préchaud today because there's a bottle on eBay that I might want to buy and I'm not sure. Do I want to buy it though? Joe likes the smell. I like the smell. It can taste, certainly. I love a good coriander chutney. Oh God. Who am I not talking about food? I've taken it on Dancetron, so that's the antiemetic that they give people who are on chemotherapy, like, so thank God for that. Hopefully I won't be feeling sick soon. I can actually feel it wearing off a bit. Not the odd Dancetron, the sickness. Sorry. Do you English ever have good Mexican food? We have Mexican food. Whether it's good Mexican food or not would be up to a Mexican, I would imagine. And I am not Mexican, unfortunately. So I'm not the best judge of whether Mexican food is good or not. Not entirely sure I enjoy food anymore. I just sort of eat it out of habit, like. You know what I mean? Oh. Here, I went to an Orthodox Jewish bagel place today in Bensham, Mitch. I'll be going back. Is it that good, is it? Orthodox? Wait, how did you get in? You're not kosher. I mean, I seen Richie G coming in and they were like, aye. Oi, is Richie G? I got you, Rich, same here. Hello, Justin. How are you? I've been super into RuneScape for the past while. It takes up so much of my time. I'm like that with Football Manager. Or at least I used to be. It's too complicated now. Latest Amber Préchaud is too soft and sweet, says Pradeep. This one's lovely. This old one is lovely. Have they changed the... Have they changed the bottles of the Metro Perfume Elegancia? MPEG. No. Perfume Elegancia. I beg your pardon. They have changed the bottles, it seems. Yes. Yes, they have. There's a guy in America who wants 250 odd. Much of our water, if you will. Much of our water. I don't know what that means, mate. I'm not sure I want to know much about your water. Drank your water. It wasn't as bad as what you claimed it was. Although it wasn't great. It wasn't my water. My water's sensational. Oh, that said, I drink most of my water from a bottle. I don't drink Council Pop. So you are looking for Heaven Can Wait bottle? I am not. Out of water. It was a bizarre experience. I felt like I was a broad, proper duck out of water. A Mitch out of water, if you will, and I will. I've been known to anyway. But I have to admit, I did miss you a tiny bit, says Tripler. I see you are looking for a Heaven Can Wait bottle. I am not doing anything of the sort. Actually, I asked the guy on thing. I asked him to see if it was a thing, if I could get one, and if I can get one. I don't know though, because I've smelled it. Right, I've smelled it, and without pre emptying my first impressions on it, right, I think there's an amber wood in the dry down, and I'm scared. I'm scared, my friends. I am worried. I got fucking blinding headache. How's that happened? A new Rubini, says DJ. There is a new Rubini. I must get hold of Jill Sander Frags to try. What do you think of it, Eden, says Joe. I have got a Jill Sander Man 2, I think it is, number 2. My bottle of Cologne Aficionale opened up finally after a couple of weeks. Fantastic. What do you mean it opened up? Oh, it's so good. It's so dry and clean. Oh, dryness has been my theme recently. Been wearing Guerlain Vetiver. Been wearing Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. I've been wearing Cologne Aficionale. I've been wearing what's the other dry fragrance I've been wearing? Oh, Sauvage. Have you been given the wrench by Margie too, Mitch? I have. My bottle of Cologne. Oh, sorry, I read that. Unfortunately, it goes for silly money nowadays, says Judo. Try to find Jill Sander 3 Green Sheep. Kevin Fitzgerald, welcome. Trying to decide on 100ml of Chanel's Platinum Egoist? No. Or 50ml of Beau de Jour? I have Macy's gift card, unfortunately. The Beau de Jour, right, is better in... The Beau de Jour is better in the private blend. Platinum Egoist, I don't like. I have a paper strip that I sampled Cologne Aficionale, says Mosmic. Still smells after 2.5 weeks. My room also smells of that since I left the paper there. Nice. Eau de Glory, says DJ. You should try Eau de Glory. I should try Eau de Glory. I think Invasion Barbar can be a little bit dry as well. Can be, but is it? Is it always? Would love to see a Sobe Frags video from you, Rich. I had Helmut Lang, but you showed me the gorgeousness of Prada Amber and Cologne off Fish. Helmut Lang. This Helmut Lang. Eau de Cologne. Oh, sugar and spice. This is nice. It's a powdery cologne. I've got a 50ml and a 100ml of the old version. Apparently there's a new one, which hate. Oh, friends, it's that time. If you are enjoying the stream and you like to like streams, please go ahead. Go ahead and like this stream if you want to. Helmet smells like fine soap to you, does it? Fair play. It's a clean helmet. Thanks for the info. I thought Beau de Jour would smell the same, much like they did with ombre leather. Beau de Jour has, the signature line version has an amber wood lurking within, whereas the private blend doesn't have one. The rare one by PDE, Parfum d'Ampere, I haven't tried yet. Enjoying the recent bottle of Vetiver Bourbon lately, says Jura. It's nice, Vetiver Bourbon. Jura Rose, welcome. Are you still wanting to do a stream tomorrow, Jura Rose? It's up to you. I have got allergies, like my nose has just been running constantly for fucking days. It's up to the people. Found 45ml of a 75ml Bois de Zile for €110 ship time to buy, and it's a 2018 bottle. Hi, John Dusan, says Jura. Howdy. Ooh, he's wearing the Leon. Better you than me, Matt. Richie G says the people would like it very much. Richie G, of course, a man of the people, would know this. Of course we want to stream with you both, but only if Rich is feeling better, says Joe. I do feel a bit sick. Hopefully the ondansetron sorts out. I'm going to try a little bit of oil tonight as well, help us sleep. A bit of a headache. Spaced out, welcome. What other fine soap frags are in your arsenal, Duck? Pradaramba Porum. Is Invasion Barbara soapy fragrance? Aberdeen Lavender by Creed. Seriously considering a backup bottle of that, because it's gone, isn't it? It's discontinued. Loewe Pour smells a little bit like soap. Richie G's just dropped a here. We're about to get some information. Amber Pour isn't going out of stock as fast as I'd hoped, says Richie G. It's not available like on their websites anymore. Richie G bought 4 bottles. Hoping that the price would increase as the stock got lower. Fuck L'Oreal. Richie G bought the wrong fucking kind as well. I got Pradaramba Pour recently at a bargain price. Very nice, says Mosmic. It is very nice. It's fantastic. Caron Pour Low. Fantastic lavender, says Galen. Thoughts on the new perfume from Marl? Heaven Can Wait. I actually got a sample of it, Harry, off Pradeep. Richie J says I got 4 with the intention of selling 2 to pay for my backups. And yet, he still has both. Is Aberdeen Lavender worth $100 USD? Yes, all day, twice on Sundays. It's fantastic for £100. For $100 US, it's brilliant. Relative stores only sell the new grey juice of Amber Pour. Yikes. Try and get the old ones as much as possible. Only perfume right now I care about trying, says Jura. Which one? I wish to smell Doblis. You'll be paying $1,600 at least for a 30ml bottle. I'm going to dehydrate, friends. Richie G, keep everyone here. Don't let them leave. I'll be back. Oh. See, Sebastian has just dropped a video talking about Olivia Perfume. That is sad, bless him. He should have lived to make more perfume. Alas, it sounds like he hasn't been well for a while. And he's passed away. So, nightmare. Nightmare. Poor old sausage. Oh, Rachel, welcome. Rachel, I'm home and I smell it soon. A friend has a bottle. A bottle of what? Who? Doblis is fabulous. I have a decant. It's wonderful. Are you talking about the Aqua Originale at Aberdeen 11? I certainly am. Okay, got it for it. That was a decent warm spicy fruit. I think Aberdeen Lavender is absolutely worth $100. Yes, it's probably worth a bit more than that, to be honest. It's beautiful for the money. I like powdery a lot. Powdery leathers especially, says Jura. You would like that Diamond Jubilee bouquet by Grossmith. I'm really enjoying this Amber Prosciutto. Really enjoying it. It's much better than Amber Aurea, I've got to be honest. I don't like Reflection 45. The Amber Wood ruins it, says Jura. Still in Taiwan, Rachel? She is not. Diamond Jubilee has that nice horsiness to it, says DJ. Horsiness? Nice horsiness. Hermes should re-release it. I'm not sure I want Christine Nagel to do that. Amber Prosciutto versus Amber Fetiche. Ah, Amber Fetiche is the female one though, isn't it? Rachel, it's Maria herself. She has an insane collection. Been collecting for 20 years. Some outrageous stuff. Rachel, how you doing? How is the young man? Oh, sorry friends, I am going to just get my other phone and check to see what Amber Fetiche is up to. Right, here we go. So, glad to hear that, Rachel. I'm glad, yeah. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. That was nice. Google Amber Fetiche. Oops. Now, Google, what are you going to do? Amber Fetiche is a Goutal, man. Can you get vintage Amber Fetiche, though? I've got it, man. Fuck's sake. Perfume collector problems. I've fucking got it. Jesus. How have I forgot that? That is absolutely disgraceful from me, that. That is absolutely scandalous. That was not wise. I was asking because of that. Yes, I'm a stupid man. Please forgive us. That was indeed very unwise. I'm claiming ill health. I'm claiming mental health. I'm claiming fucking public health. I'm claiming fucking all the healths for that, right? That is proper perfume. That is proper perfume madness, that. When you're like, oh God, well I have to buy this other fragrance to compare them, and then you realise you've already got the cunt. Dear, hey. Like, perfume madness is like reefer madness, but real. You know what I mean? I have dropped an absolute bollock. I've got this Mitra Perfume Elegante set that Fliss very kindly sold to me at cost. It's magnificent. Like, I mean, fuck. Usually I try to give away my samples when I'm finished with them because, like, fuck, do I need more? I don't need more. Jura, I don't want to talk about food, mate. Trust us. Because I've got so many samples, but I think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to keep this sample set, and I think I'm going to wear them. It's fucking mint. Been on a bit of a lavender kick of late. Oxford and Cambridge is really pretty damn good herbal lavender. I have been enjoying my lavenders recently. I might do a top 10 lavender list. I would like a top 10 lavender list. Yeah, amber fetish, maybe the best amber out of the ones I've smelled. I could do a top 10 ambers, but I would save that for autumn. I'd save that for late October, when the clocks go back. Pradeep has been re-wrenched, that's right. Everybody got de-wrenched, and 2 people have been re-wrenched. This is not a reflection on anyone or anything. I accidentally de-wrenched everybody, but Pradeep's always here, and he sent me a sample of Heaven Can Wait. Yeah, sounds right for a good video. I might do a top 10 amber fragrances. DJ, you haven't been demoted, mate. I speak to you every day anyway. I speak to you on the phone. That's why Dura Rose hasn't got a fucking wrench. Dura Rose and DJ, because I actually fucking talk to you. Richie G hasn't got a one. He's one of my best mates. You know what I mean? Not that you two aren't, but you know what I'm saying. Mind you, I talk to him every day as well, so you send me kisses. Kiss, says DJ. I'm getting kissed by 2 men. Please wrench me so I can block everyone, says Galen. I might just block Galen. Put him in timeout. Dura Rose will soon meet the J one day. Yes. You 2 should meet. And you didn't catch herpes, so that was kind of you. Yes, Amber Prescio, my friends. I'm a fan. I am a fan. It gets a little bit vanillic after an hour, but then it stops being so vanilla. It sort of comes in and out of... It comes in and out of the madness. It sort of does... It does a madness, and then it unfucks. It unfucks itself, because I can't be dealing with fucking that. I can't be dealing with too much vanilla. It's fucking... shite. You know what I mean? Just sprayed some Iris Blue Grey. So, Blue Grey Iris is what it's called. Oops. I'll put you on the right way. That's quite nice. A little bit soapy. So, should I do a top 10 lavenders or should I do a top 10 soapy fragrances? Ooh. Glad your son is okay. So do you have a lavender favourite or 2? Both. Joe should have a wrench, says Jura. I talk to Joe all the time. I'm going to try and keep the wrenches to a minimum, I've got to be honest. There were a lot of wrenches. Lavender, says Galen. Soapy, then lavender, says Rachel. Top 10 Sophie. Soapy. Who's Sophie? I don't think I know 10 Sophies. I couldn't do a top 10. She is always here and reliable, says Jura. I've opened the books and Pradeep got in. There'll be no more wrenches for the time being, my friends. I feel like when you've got loads of wrenches, it kind of makes it less. It makes it less than, You are a dictator, says Jura Rose. That's true. Kim Jong-duk. That actually sounds like an actual fucking North Korean name, that. Soapy scent now when the heat sounds fab. That iris blue grey is rather good. Do you know what really lets these fuckers down? What really lets these down? It's the cap. The cap, I can't explain to you how cheap the cap is. The cap is absolutely despicable. It's double shite. The bottle's tacky. It's not that tacky. The bottle's really, I think the bottle's quite nice. I mean, it's very, do I want to say gauche? I mean, it's very striking, you know? It is blue grey is great. Shite sprayer. Do these have shite sprayers? I've had worse. It's very dry. It's quite rooty, even though it's not as rooty as Root de Vetiver. It's quite the rooty fragrance, that. I think the newer bottle caps are nice. Yeah. The fucking caps on them are absolutely dross. They're appalling. I am going to... I'm going to change that because I don't like people's comments being held. Is that Mikasa? Is that your Mikasa that has propellant? No, that's in the autumn-winter rotation, mate. The top looks like a ring pop. Dross is right. The current caps are very much alike, but made out of metal and still bejeweled. That's not a jewel, mate. That's just plastic. That's not even remotely jewelish. It does make the bottle look a bit tacky, says Joe. Current caps are very much alike, but made out of metal and still bejeweled. I like propellant sprays. I find them hilarious. Like, what the hell? Well, I mean, it was all the hard back in the day. It was either that or Splash. Personally, I would have just gone with the Splash. But people threw them. You know what I mean? Gunmetal welcome reminds me of plastic rings from my childhood. Yes. Yes. I mean, the CFCs are bad, but I mean, I think what I'm going to have to do with that Mikasa is pull the atomizer out, let all the CFCs fucking out into the atmosphere, and then just decant it into one of my 100ml genuine fucking bottles, like, you know what I mean? This Amber Pressure's fucking fire. Ambras were one of my favorite. Ambras were probably my first love as far as niche was concerned. I know there are designer ambers, but because Ambra Sultan was the gateway. You know what I mean? Ambra Sultan was the one where you sort of... Ambra Sultan was the one where I sort of like, whoa, fuck, this is what Perfume can do. Tuscan Leather was another revelation, but it wasn't Ambra Sultan. Ambra Sultan was first. Tuscan Leather was like a proper punch in the head. Allegedly, Parfum de Molly's encapsulating heavy metal waste inside their caps. The fucking weight of them. Like depleted uranium shells. You know how uranium's got fucking, like, uranium's got loads of fucking, uranium's got loads of protons and neutrons in its nucleus, which makes it really dense and heavy. That's what the caps feel like by Parfum de Marly. Feel like they're made of fucking depleted uranium. You know what I mean? Remember what your parents told you not to pick up bottles by the cap? Why do it with your perfume? That's right, I said. Richie G's wife just sent me a picture of a cat. That was very nice of her, wasn't it? Look, I'll show you. Live scenes from Richie G's house. The cat is asleep. And there's his toy fish. Listening to the furious texting. I do text at pace. Gunmetal says, I've sampled currant amber salt and a few surgery tons recently. They all dried down to some type of laundry-ish. Musk on paper, says Gunmetal. Were they always like this? I don't remember. No. Richie G's laughing. He's sent Richie G's seeing his children on the stream. I sent Richie G's wife a picture of a giraffe. I saw a giraffe today, and I thought to myself, I don't know who'll appreciate this giraffe. Look, it was in Fenwick. And I thought, oi, oi, that's a giraffe. So I took a picture, and I thought, I know. There's a picture. Picture from Mrs. G. Tesla wore Coty Sheepra. I'm not sure that he did. Didn't he die long before then? How much was the giraffe? I searched that giraffe high and low, right? I was at no fucking price on the giraffe. I imagine it would cost a fortune. There were tiny little birds that they had for sale made by the same company that were like 40 quid. You know what I mean? I was like, no. Richie G, where's the black cat? It's not black, it's blue. He's called Baymax, and he is blue. Ah. Do you like these cows? Took a picture of these cows. They were in a field near me. And I was like, hi. There's that one there that's like, who's this man taking a picture of my fat horse? The ginger one's probably hiding away from it. He's asleep. Ginger boy. Lion is on his horse. He's asleep. Here's another picture of a cow I took. Did you milk them? I fucking didn't milk them. I'm not some kind of pervert. Here's another cow. It was a pretty chill cow. Looked pretty happy. Got lots of fields to roam around in. Gets milked all the time. Where's the horse that reviewed Matcha Premiere? It's out the back. Give us a second. I'll just go and see if it's still there. He wasn't happy, was he? Nay, he fucking wasn't. Where are you? Oh, you're not there. Nah, he's not in the backfield at the minute. I don't think it's a he, actually. I think it's a she. So she is not in the backfield at the minute, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but, you know. If you're a horse, you can't be everywhere at once. What's going on with this candle? There we go. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of feng shui on the old candle because it's tunneling. Richie G's wife told us how to sort that out, but not wanting to take advice, it is still tunneling. Yes, Richie G minces. It's the only way he knows. He fucking loves nothing more than a giant mince. Oh, Richie G. Tomorrow night, me and Dura Rose will be, yes, wrap it in tinfoil on the outside for an hour. Yes, I know. Duck, you anything knowledge on Polo Green Modern Reserve? Heard it smells like Cosmo. Polo Green Modern Reserve? No, I don't know anything about it. Sorry, mate. Reggie J, me and Dura Rose will be doing a stream tomorrow night. Not cling film, tinfoil. Yeah, I know. Are Richie's kids little G's? His kids are cats. He has 2 cat sons. Expensive boys, they are. Living the life of Riley, they do. Better fucking standard of living than I've got. They enjoy Belly Rub. They enjoy Dreamies. And they enjoy their new house. They're living in a new house at the minute. Having a great time. Ooh, an owl. That's not. He eat. No. Apparently that was not a fish, it was an owl. Who? Rich, you should get a parrot. Funny you should mention that because Richie G's got a parrot. Dura bird should be free. Richie G actually has a parrot. Big fuck off, green, angry, verbal parrot. It says constantly. Fucking special it is. He would go scatty if I cooked it and ate it. You wouldn't be very happy with it, would you? Friends, it is the 1 hour mark, and on the hour, every half hour, I like to ask that you like the stream. Apparently it's very important. Ah, yeah, he's blue and yellow, isn't he? Which is, I mean, if you mix blue and yellow, he looks green. Do you know what I mean? You see where I'm coming from? Yes, friends, if you like streams, please don't let me stop you from liking this stream. I can't imagine there's much meat on a parrot. You should see its legs. Its fucking legs are mental. Crazy behaviour from the parrot, like. Doesn't say anything though, does it? You haven't told him to speak or anything, have you, Richie G? Like, he doesn't say much. If he does. Just borrow the parrot duck. They're very messy. He shits all over the gaff. He fucking loves nothing more than taking a huge grunt. Maybe it was your fucking parrot that shat all over my car today, Richie G. You can see that, Richie G fucking bringing his parrot with his falconer's glove. Fucking shit all over this. An early April Fool's joke. Imagine a brummy parrot. Oh, disgusting. Foul beast. Foul. I'm not sure how I feel about this iris blue grey. I'm not sure how I feel about it. He does speak. It's more just when he's trying to show off. He obviously doesn't feel the need to impress you, Mitch. No, he doesn't feel the need to impress me. Takes me for granted. Treats me like shit. The horrible beast. Fucking mental. One of the cats wants to play with the parrot, doesn't he? Max. Very intrigued by the bird. But the bird would destroy the cat. Should see the fucking claws on it. A fucking velociraptor. Mosmic, good night. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you again. Audrey has dead lions. She's got a bottle of Le Leon, if that's what you mean. And I'm sure it's awful. Queer fetish in the MPEG kit. Oh, you would say that. Now I've put it away. Give us a second. Let's have a look at you. Queer fetish. Centauri, Iris Blue Grey, June Homme, David, Racine, Melon, Chantal Nobile, Jardin Lanil, Eau de Isle, Bois de something, Bam, Garut. Nah, it's not in here like Queer Fetiche. Santal Nobile. I can't wait to try that as well, actually. Is Queer Fetiche in here? Queer fetish. I don't. Oh yes, it's in the women's version. Mandarin, Ilang Ilang, queer. No, it's a women's version according to them. So it's not in this. This is just the men's, which is a shame. I'd have liked to smell them. Oh! Joe Lyman's quick. Do you know, I've been told that Ambre Nargile, that can't be true, can it? What? What are you saying, Dino? Fair mincing Jura, enjoy it. Oh. What, Ambre Nargile has been discontinued? No, I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought so. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. I've been wearing Borneo to bed, Richard. I must respectfully submit that it's nothing like Coromandel besides containing patchouli. Well, I appreciate you respectfully submitting. But I think they are similar. I think they've got that milky, warm milk, kind of slightly sweet, chocolatey patchouli thing. Amber Nargile is their best seller, says Brody. I didn't believe the sales rep when he said it. He probably said it to try and sell it to you. Quickly buy it before it's gone. Whoops. Nargile. Well, it's still at John Lewis. It's still on the Hermes website, in stock. Not in 200ml. You can. Oh, yes, you can. This product is only available in store. Yeah, the 200ml are only available in store. So, but yes, it's still on the website. The guy's talking shit. Just pull them up on that fucking bollocks when they do that. Pull them up by the bollocks when they do that if you want. Fear of missing out. It's a massive, massive thing in fragrance, that is the old fear of missing out. Oh, it's the same with all luxury products. Do you know, I watched a news report the other day, and they quoted LVMH. Apparently LVMH is opening 50 Tag Heuer stores in the US because they own Tag Heuer. And apparently LVMH wants to be number one in every single luxury sector. It wants to be number one in every single luxury sector, including watches, including fragrances, handbags, including shoes, fucking sunglasses, hats, any other bollocks you can imagine. They want to utterly dominate the absolute front bums. Rich, I tried to sign up for the Bloodline Lottery for you since I already have a bottle, but I'm not sure if I entered. I subscribed to their email list. Do you know how to enter? No, I don't. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much, James Crowder. I'm going to be fucked if all the people who have entered for us win. But that's life. You would make number 4. What am I going to do with 4 bottles of Bloodline? Jesus. It's the 2023 version, and I'll say something. I've seen the bottle, and it does not look as dark as previous juices. Bilbo, welcome to you, Squire. How are you, mate? If you're not first, you're last. You know, I've never understood that saying. What if there's like 3 people in the race and you come second? You're not last, you're third. You're second. Not even third, you're second. You don't have to buy them. The people who won can pass on their opportunity. I would probably take one or two. Like, if two people won, I would probably take two. It is fire. I mean, if he's reformulated it, there'll be words spoken. He sent me 2 mil sample of it in 2019, or maybe it's even before, and it was fucking immense. My God. I loved it. At that point, it was probably the best indie fragrance I'd ever smelled. Probably, it's still up there. It's still up there. Absolutely, it's still up there. And that material, whatever that cedar material is using, it's fucking gorgeous. But, it's a different colour to what the newest one is. And I know people use different like materials to colour their fragrances and stuff like that. Serge Lutens, Dior do it. I don't know that he does it, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to move that into the centre. I think that's about right, isn't it? I came 64th out of 65 on a cross-country run, though in my case it was cross-country stroll. No one knew when. It was 65 wet. Smells quite like his cola perfume to me, but I've never seen someone agree with that, says James. I think he's actually quite good. The cedar in Royal Oud, yes, it's fabulous. It's exactly the same cedar that is in this, which is Impression Cedarwood Heart. Woof. It is an ingredient by IFF LMR. It is exactly the same. It is exactly the same material as used in Royal Oud. And they smell very similar, except that doesn't have the pepper. It's got the violet leaf in it at the top. Texan cedarwood, that's right. Texan cedarwood. Yes, I've smelled Texas cedarwood before. None of them have ever smelled like this. None of them have ever smelled like this. Had this kind of paprika kind of heat to it. Smelled like a blood red sunset. Incredible. Absolutely incredible perfume. You know? It's utterly stunning, like. Bois Mystique by Houbagon. Surprised to learn yesterday that more African Americans live in Texas than any other state. Says Tripler, the best thing I've ever smelled in my entire life was when I broke open an old dead cedar branch in someone's yard here in Virginia. I should have distilled it, says James Crowder. Outrageous. Just like distilled it and fucking used it for yourself. That would have been fun. Sorry, friends, I'm just doing surgery on this candle because it is tunneling and I'm not fucking prepared to put up with that from my candles. Even though it is entirely my own fault, I will blame anyone but myself. Oops. Oh, you bastards, I burned my fucking finger. That's what you get when you play with... I'm literally playing with fire. I'm literally playing with fire. Jesus. Oh. How is this happening? Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Yes, I'm having a great time. I like salmon grilled on a cedar plank all time, says Tripler. Touch your earlobe. What? That's weird. A strange thing to say. You touch your earlobe. Oh dear. I'm absolutely loving this. Oh, you bastard, I've done it again. Touch it, you'll like it. Jura has bugged the duck. Maybe it's not really him. Who? What's with Bilbo? What do you mean, what's with Bilbo? Bilbo has said more in this stream tonight than he's known to say at all. Really? He's a man of few words, is our Bilbo. A man of very few words. I think I know who fucking Bilbo is, actually. In fact, I do know who Bilbo is. But I won't be spoiling Bilbo's fun. Because that's not very fun. Bilbo didn't say hi back to me. Oh dear. I mean, it's not the end of the world. That's better. Dog putting fingers in fire. He picks up perfume bottles by caps repeatedly. That's right, I do like to live dangerously. I've always lived dangerously. People who know me know this is true about us. I've been living dangerously since I was younger. Oh, it's not the end of the world, boss. Maybe he left. Maybe he found another stream to go to. Maybe he's out there living his best life. Yes, Rich picks up candles by the flame. I am known to pick up candles by the flame. I'm known to burn candles next to litres and litres of fucking flammable liquid as well. Because you only live once, you know. You only live once, and if you can't fucking do dangerous shit, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Friends, I'm about to take some pain dreamies. If you give me some seconds, if you give me a minute, even, if you give me some seconds, take my final painkillers of the day. Not taking antibiotics anymore. Oh goodness, maybe that's what's given us a dodgy gut. I don't know, because my friends had a dodgy gut all week as well, so I wonder. You know, I do wonder, excuse me. Excuse me. Bozzy Bosbone. There we go. I'm going to take my fucking methotrexate as well because, well, fuck it. Why not? Oh. Well, I've already taken 4 from this packet. Excuse me. Take 8 tablets once a week. Usually weekly dose. Check with your pharmacist. Alright. 8 of these little bastards. Why don't they just give you 1? That's a right pain in the fucking arse, that. Pulp Ephemeral, welcome back. I hope you have had a good time wherever you've been. Melissa, how are you, my lady? Nice to see you. How you doing? You haven't done any streams for a while, have you? Everybody is here. Oh, all these fucking tablets. My God. Fucking 8. 8. Alright, get the drink ready because I don't want this shit sitting in my mouth for very long. Right, Look at all of these. There's 8. There wants to be 8. Yes, there is. Bottoms up. Rich, do you swallow them? What else am I supposed to do with them? Better than what you swallow, son. Lol. Wow, like Skittles. It would be fun. I mean, they could at least make them different colours. DJ, I saw the Viagra. Not tonight, Matt. This is something you've got to watch with this drug. You can't get people pregnant when you're taking this drug. I mean, you can, but you're not supposed to because it's cytotoxic, which means that it will cause awful birth defects if you get someone pregnant while you're on this stuff, whether male or female, because it affects the way that your DNA divides. And it will fuck you and a baby up quite a lot. It's taking some special oil, so that'll be fun. Some very special oil. Whoa. The hills have eyes pills. Honestly, no, it would be much worse than that. I'm talking about having arms coming out your belly button and shit like that. Like, genuine, terrible fucking birth defects. More like fucking, hey, real monsters. Hello, Melissa. Candle review. Oi, duck. Welcome, Irregular Tangent. Trudon candle next. They're quite nice too. I've heard that. I've heard that Trudon candles are good. So I'm looking into them. This is a geranium rosa candle, as it can be quite clearly seen by the name on it. And it's beautiful. This is an awesome candle for summertime, you know? Like, it's an awesome candle. It's beautiful. It's very diptyque, you know? The vetiver one's really nice as well. The patchouli one's really nice. The oud one, not so much. The lavender candle is one of the best things I've ever smelled. If they made a candle smell exactly like, if they made a fragrance smell exactly like the candle, I would buy it. I would buy it, and I would probably buy it back up. Robbie Williams was here not long ago. You like Robbie, Mitch? Some of it. I love Supreme's a good song. And there's another one which I can't remember. Sciatica, says Jura Rose. What about sciatica? I know all about sciatica. That word lives in my mind. That word lives in my leg. Constant sciatica. I have permanent sciatica. Permanent. All the time. That's why I take the painkillers. If I didn't have sciatica, I probably wouldn't take the painkillers. Not those painkillers, anyway. It's either that or I have something called an arthroscopy, which they haven't offered to us yet, so I guess I'm taking the painkillers. Even then, the arthroscopy's not guaranteed to work. I'll tell you one thing. I don't want this to get too grim or too, like, dark or anything like that, but living in, like, fucking... We'll call it chronic pain, but it's constant pain. When you live in chronic pain, it changes you. It alters you. It affects the way you think. It affects the way you think and feel about things. It's okay, don't be sorry. It's changed the way I think, because you can easily go into a dark place with it. For me, I've sort of been there. I feel like I've been through it and got through it, and it's changed the way I used to be much more cynical than I am now. Much more cynical. I had plenty of time to do a lot of thinking, and I think that helped. If you remember 3 or 4 years ago when I started, like, appearing everywhere, you know, that was just after I'd got over the worst of it. 2020, early 2021, before I was getting treatment, was in a bad way. Like now, I mean, if you can remember, when I first started, I couldn't get out of bed, man. You know what I mean? And that had been like that for like 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. You know what I mean? It'd been a long time. I was in a bad way, in a bad place. But I had all that time. I had a lot of time to think. I feel like I've come out of it better mentally and emotionally. Now, I feel I'm in one of the best places I've ever been in. Because of that time to think, because of the fact I've had diagnoses. If you don't get diagnosed, if you don't know what's wrong with you, but you feel like fucking death all the time, it's the not knowing. Like, I would rather have a bad diagnosis, touch wood, I would rather have a diagnosis of like, look, this is going to be you for the rest of your life. This is going to be, which is what was said to us. Look, you're always going to be on these medications. You're always going to need these. You're always going to be in pain. You're always going to like, and do you know what it is? That was very, very cathartic. It was very, in a perverse kind of way, it was a relief. It's very hard to fucking explain when you haven't been through it, but like, knowing is so much better than not knowing. It doesn't matter if it's bad news. It's all right. It's okay. It feels much better to know what's going on. After years of being told that they didn't know what was wrong with us, after years of being told that like there wasn't anything showing up and they couldn't do anything, and then to be told, actually, yes, this is what's wrong with you. It's a problem. We've got treatment for it. There's no cure, but you can live like better than what you're doing at the minute, which is what I'm doing. You come out of that, you find you become a lot more grateful. You become a lot more grateful for things. That's something that I've achieved as I've got older, and I would much rather it be that way than be a young, hopeful person, right, that turns into a bitter old person. I would rather have done it the way I've done it, where I was young and cynical, and I was like edgy and angry. And as I've got older, I've mellowed and I've got happier and I've become more grateful. I'm very grateful for the fact that it's happened in that way rather than the other way around. You know what I mean? Because it means you've got something to look forward to. Getting a hobby as well and a community. The channel's one of the best things that I've ever done as productive comes. You know what I mean? So as grim as it sounds, and I didn't mean to be like downer there, like the story is basically that it's not all bad, you know. I live in a country where, I mean, to be fair, I give this country a lot of stick, which is a very British thing to do, is to batter ourselves. It's a British pastime. But I live in a country that's got a free healthcare system, a decent welfare system, and takes care of its own. You know what I mean? And other people from around the world sometimes. As much as people who want to get fucking elected think it's a good idea to batter fucking worse off people than themselves. The country itself, the public, the fucking thing, very decent fucking people, you know? They don't just leave people behind. So yes, that is a story of hope. I'd say like life is good in the main. But that's everybody's life, isn't it? Everybody has like tough things happen. Doesn't matter who you are. In Bosnia, they call Scotch whiskey Glasgowacha. Healthy dose of geranium in that Kelowna fish, says Tripler. Geranium, you say? I just get that fucking dryness. Galbanum, clary sage. Leave it with us. I'll come back to you on the old geranium. There's a few of their candles I'd like to try. My girlfriend bought one from Diptyque. It was a vetiver one. It smelled great. Yes. Is the other song Millennium Harry Krishna? Harry Krishna, mate. It is not. It is not. It's not Angels and it's not Millennium. It was another one. I love Supreme's fantastic. Eugene's just texted us asking us what I hate about Amberwood. I'm tempted to text him back and say, the smell. Which is exactly what I've just done. True words, Rich. The unknown just gnaws at your psyche. Yeah. Because you start ruminating about it, don't you? It just sort of goes round in your fucking head and like it bothers you. You get anxiety from it. Like I've got peace from that constant fucking thinking. Now you've got a problem to focus on. You know what I mean? And you're not alone. I've got another friend who has an inflammatory condition called Takayasu's arteritis. Have you never heard of it? Because you're not alone. Neither are the fucking doctors. And it took a very, very, very skilled and wise, I don't know what she is, really. She's a very fucking good, like, rheumatologist. She figured out that that's what it was, and they had to fucking, she has hardly any peers. Whereas with my condition, which is ankylosing spondylitis, there is a national society. You know, it's called a rare inflammatory condition, which it is. It's a rare inflammatory condition for her, but there's nobody that, like, mine is a rare inflammatory condition. That's what it's called. A rare arthritic inflammatory condition, but there are sufficiently enough people that they know how to treat it. You know, it's especially common in my area. I've explained like how the DNA got here from Syria before. Like the Romans used Syrian soldiers to man the wall, and they brought with it the HLA-B27 gene, which wasn't very nice of them. I'm also very lucky to live at a time where there are treatments for it. But my friend who has this Takayasu's arteritis, I mean, they saved her life because her blood pressure was something obscene. One of the numbers was in the 200s. I can't remember whether it was the top or the bottom one, but her fucking blood pressure was obscenely high, you know? And it's almost impossible to find her blood pressure. So she has not got it easy. And she has the thing of it being alone as well. Because there are very few people who have it around the world. So I'm pretty fucking pleased I don't have that. We love you, Duck. Duck loves you too. Yes, knowing and being able to plan is the key to progress and good mental health. Yes. Great book. Also, sometimes being told there's nothing wrong with you by a professional is a big thing. Yeah. Your called line up and Boada's LEDT for a grant nigger is as sexy as fuck. She's spaced out. Yes, Duck, I'll feel for you, mate. Cheers, boss. We love you, Duck. I'm getting more mellow with age too, says Jura. I was a moody and serious git as a kid. Rich is a strong man. Well, I'm a big man. Strength, oh, fucking hell. I've got a sore throat. How's that happened? Where's that come from? Get back. I grew up in a different place, man. People here take for granted how good they have it, and even when they ain't doing too hot. Yeah, no, I would agree. Literally scraping the bottom here is still heaven compared to back home. Where is back home, mate? If you don't mind us asking, you can text us if you don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you can just tell us to shut up. It's a country that doesn't take care of its own sucks, says Boz. Yeah. Life is wonderful, says Dushan. Amberwood stink and they seem to solely exist to be dumped in to extend a fragrance in a way that it shouldn't, I agree. Amberwoods are powerful and often used without a delicate touch, says Jura Rose. I agree with that as well. Amberwood overdoses require painkillers. Fortunately, I have some of the finest available to humanity. Devon Cross, welcome to you. You must feel like you've just walked into some kind of fucking, some kind of intervention here or something like that, you know? Some kind of, what do they call it, where people sit round? and talk about their ailments. Support group, some shit like that. Please come in, pull up a pew. This makes my own health problems feel small, says Balls, and I guess they are. Well, no, they're not small to you, though, are they? The usage currently is cause for the demand of the performance above all else. Yeah. Is it feel? I don't think it is, Harry. We'll try and figure this out before I come off the stream. There's another one. There's a Love Supreme, and there's another one. It's good to be back, being on holiday. Where have you been? Fact, a lot of material is given a bad name because of the heavy-handedness, but a lot of it is due to the majority demand, says DJ. It is the pits when you know there's something wrong, but the doctors can't find what it is. I know an American lady who had great inflammation in her limbs for a long time. Recently, she went to Colombia and got stem cell treatment. Now she's much better. Woof. I wouldn't like stem cell treatment without fucking thing, because the problem with stem cells is that they can lead to fucking like growth that like you don't want. It's got to be heavily regulated. Growth that you don't want ends up being cancer. You know what I mean? If like stem cells are used badly, there are some real horror stories. You know what I mean? So you've got to be careful. A duck's life. DJ cough, Mega Mare cough. My father would have died from a mastoid infection when he was 4. They did an experimental surgery and he lived. Happy to be here with you, Duck. Happy that you are here. Happy they did that. My partner has coalesced. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, hold on. Let's read this. Celiacs, lupus and colitis, and it took them years to diagnose, it says Devon. It's difficult for folk out there. We need to be patient and understanding, says Devon. I think most people are. You know, colitis is an inflammatory disease, and so is lupus. Inflammation's an absolute nightmare. I feel heartily sorry for them. I have my sympathy, absolutely. You grow extra limbs wearing that stuff, says Churros Megamare. I don't think they introduce stem cell therapy in the USA or UK. There are some, but it's not regulated enough. There's other sort of things that they've got to take in. Plus the cost. The cost to benefit is difficult. Megamare is disgusting. I don't know who makes Megamare. Is it Megamare? I'm dying to call it Megamare. You know what I mean? I feel Duro autoparesia is a social experiment, overdosing massive molecule materials. Duro says, I am dreaming of a holiday, sunshine, warmth, amazing food, beautiful people, amazing culture, evenings by the sea, Newcastle, here I come. Do you want to go see the beach when you come? We can stream from the beach. There's a price to pay for every kind of miracle cure. There's a price to pay for everything, mate. That if there's one thing I have learned about medicine, is that you can't. It's literally like whack-a-mole. There is a price for everything. I was on morphine for 4 years for the pain in my back. Before, like, I was in excruciating pain. I've never known anything like it. I don't know if any of you have ever had back spasms. All right. I've had testicular torsion before, right? And I tell you, these back spasms I was having were worse. I was on my hands and knees screaming, right? Back spasms are devastating. Why did you have back pain? Turns out I've got a disease called ankylosing spondylitis, mate. And it was causing me to walk differently because of the effect it was having on my body. And since I was walking differently, it was putting strain on different parts of my body, and then they would end up going into spasm because I was walking differently. So, and then like it was the ankylosing spondylitis was affecting the vertebrae as well. Ankylosing spondylitis, what it causes, it's an inflammatory reaction where your immune system attacks your own joints. So you lose, and then what happens is the joints inflame and the soft tissue around the joint inflames, and when the inflammation goes down, that soft tissue calcifies, But what are bones made of? Calcium. So basically, you create more bone, and you lose mobility in the joint. And what happens is, if that happens enough over time, you end up changing the way you move and putting more pressure in places where it shouldn't be, and all of this sort of carry on. I've told this story before. I ended up going to the physio for a year, and she, without making it sound too dramatic, she basically taught us how to walk again, but in a different way. Before this, I was waddling. I was literally waddling side to side like a duck, like a penguin. Literally side to side. I was hopping from right foot to left foot. There was no mince. It was very ungainly, and I'm fucking sure I've hurt my knees doing it. But she taught me to walk almost normally again. You know, like you wouldn't notice unless you were paying extra attention to it. You know, physio's immense. Anoush, welcome. Manly Sense, welcome. Actually, when I was in my 20s, I had a couple of bad back pain episodes because of not being physically active enough, so I got more active. It went away. That happens a lot as well. That's what the physiotherapist told me as well. You need to use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. Hold on a second. I'm going to dehydrate, my friends. I will be back. Rich, I've never heard you explain why you took on the duck as your sigil. I will tell you when I get back. It's nothing deep. It's really nothing deep. But I will tell you. I'll be back. I'm back. So the duck. Whoop. I'm just gonna put the candle out. Putting the candle out. There we go. The duck. So I used to have as my... Hello, Kev. I used to have as my avatar do you remember the dancing sharks from the Katy Perry live performance? I used to have one of them mid-dance, and I was talking to Jimmy Q. You remember Jimmy Quantrell, the reviewer? That's one for you. I was talking to Jimmy Q one day. I was like, I was like, do you love me dancing shark? And he was like, not hugely. I was like, oh. He was like, yeah. It's not great. And I was like, oh, I'll fuck you then. And it was like, fuck yeah, I'll change it. And then I just came across the giant inflatable duck that they took into Welcome Lipstick Bohemian. How are you? I came across the giant the giant duck, and I was like, wow, that duck looks immense. And so I thought, fuck it. So I just took a picture. I just cropped the image of its head, and it's just been that way ever since. You know what I mean? Ordered samples of Grossmiths yesterday. Love your impressions. Can't wait to get them. I'm excited to hear what you think about them. Rich Mitch, you need to shout me out. I have shouted you out. I just said, hi. Shout out. Money burner. Never thought Duck would mention Katy Perry. Massive boobs, to be fair. Wow, haven't heard that name in a while. Says, irregular tangent, yes. I need to get monetized so I can donate every penny to children's charities. Who's we? Katy Perry is not beautiful without makeup. I don't know. Beautiful tits without makeup. Sorry, that was lewd. Thank God you put out that candle, otherwise you'll be making more Katy Perry's firework. Oh, shut up. I'm also test driving Herba Oud by Sospiro this afternoon. I quite like it, but I understand why it gets a sizable amount of hatred, says Alan. Greetings, Lipstick Bohemian. Greetings, not in the know. Greetings, Anoush. That candle is very close to a lot of flammable liquids unattended. Oh, I leave my candles unattended all the time. I like to live fucking dangerously. Thank God you put that candle. Good Lord, man, says Kev. Good Lord. Good God. Jimmy Quinn McDonough. I had him in my Facebook boxing group on Facebook. I don't think this is the same person. Jimmy Q. He was called Jim Quantrell. I need that fucking wax to settle before I move it. Katie, isn't she married to the English comedian? No, he's not. She's not married to Russell Brand anymore because he's a fucking prick. Fuck him. Russell Brand is what idiots think a clever person sounds like. Bars like cardboard boxes. Hasu no Hana sounds like someone from the Kill Bill movie. You're thinking of Hattori Hanzo, the bloke who makes the swords. Exactly what I was going to say about him, Rich. Yeah, he's a total fucking idiot. I remember the whole thing with the bloke from Fawlty Towers' daughter. Disgusting. Fuck him and Jonathan Ross. Fuck the fucking pair of them. I always hated Russell Brand. Prick. I don't buy the whole fucking guru thing. I don't buy that for a fucking single second. I think that's a gimmick that he's employed since he's gone to America and he's trying to make the fucking whole he's trying to make the whole fucking circuit thing work for him. He's like getting on TV shows and fucking interviews and fucking all of that sort of thing, like being a media personality. He's got nothing to offer. He talks a lot and says absolutely fucking nothing. Prick. Useless prick. Another one of them fucking media darlings who's never done a fucking day's work in his life. He's not an artist. He's not funny. He's not a very good fucking actor. He's nothing, really. It was mainly Jonathan Ross. With that, to be fair. Yeah, fuck Jonathan Ross as well. I never thought he was fucking funny either. I don't like Russell Brand. I don't like Noel Fielding either. But I don't like Noel Fielding less than I don't like Russell Brand. Like, I have like a proper disdain for Russell Brand, which I don't have for Noel Fielding. Me and Richie G went to see him live, didn't we? Had to leave after the second half of the show. It was fucking shite. Future Sailors? I think not. Just got a little bit weird for me, that. Sorry, that was absolutely disgusting, speaking of distasteful. I've provoked myself into doing that. Rich loves a proper Geordie comedian like Alan Carr. I prefer his dad. His dad was fucking immense. Graham Carr. Good scout. Good scout for Newcastle, him. Yeah, in the 90s, Brand would be a guy nobody took seriously. I don't think anybody's ever taken him that seriously, to be honest. Noel was great in the IT crowd and the old comedy bits he was in. Russell Brand is a creep, best creep out of the UK's Pete Doherty, loved the tunes. Do you know, I used to think fucking Pete Doherty's from the next town over. Literally born and raised about, 8 miles from me, if that. The fucking smackhead from Hexham. I used to fucking spit when I said his name. Couldn't stand him. And do you know what it is? Honest to God, he's turned his life around and I'm absolutely delighted for him. Fair play to him. He's not a smackhead from Hexham anymore. He's a decent fucking person and he sorted himself out. I'm fucking absolutely delighted. Domhnall Gleeson and Colin Firth have done well. I liked him in the movie Get Him to the Greek. Hexham looked nice when we were there. Hexham's one of them old towns. Hexham was voted the fucking best town to live in the UK for like 3 years in a row a while back. And then the best market town to live in. And then they just fucked it. As my friend constantly fucking reminds us. Peter's a genius songwriter, but I have a predilection for punk music, says Tripler. That Libertines album was fucking brilliant, like. Hexham is where Peter Beardsley is from. It is not. Peter Beardsley is not from Hexham. He's from near Hexham, but he's not from Hexham. I fucking was born in Hexham. Be fair fucking play to you, boys. He wasn't there for long. What a player he was as well, by the way. He grew up in Long Benton, which is in Newcastle. He had a very strange career, did young Peter Beardsley. He's a fucking ugly man. He's an ugly man. He was born there anyway, Beardsley. No, you're right, boss. No, you're absolutely spot on. I apologise. And then he moved to Long Benton. Yes, you're right. You did tell us. He, like Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce was born in Corbridge, which is even nearer to where I live. Peter Beardsley was an outrageously talented football player. Him and Gascoigne. We'll make him, Gascoigne, Shearer could have all played together for Newcastle. Ugly, small, yet brilliant. Absolutely. Heard Bob Mortimer's fucking what? Bob Mortimer's what? Bob Mortimer's Beardsley. I imagine that is absolutely fucking hilarious. Bob Mortimer's from a place where I used to live called Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough's a shithole though. There was a guy I was talking to on a stream once who was like I was like, oh, I lived in Middlesbrough for a while. And he was like, yeah, I've been to Middlesbrough. He was like, surely you don't deny it's one of the worst places on the face of the planet. I was like, no, I don't deny it. It's an absolute hellhole. Middlesbrough's like a nuclear wasteland, right? If the bomb went off, didn't kill everybody, but then they just cordoned the place off and didn't help anyone. That's what Middlesbrough's like. Like post-apocalyptic wasteland. Post-apocalyptic wasteland. Industrial wasteland. That everybody's just said, let's just quietly fucking leave that and forget about it. Beardsley was the only guy that scored in the '86 World Cup except for Lineker. Well, I mean, Lineker was scoring all the fucking fragrances, all the goals. Hello, Richie G. Ugly, small, yet great with the ball. Ah, Mrs. Gardner is here. How are you? Have you stolen Richard's phone? Many of my hello. Many of my thumbnails. No, it's Laura G. Hi. Many of my thumbnails are of Laura G's babies. Baby. The blue cat and the ginger cat. My man Mitch sent of the day, do a hybrid of Fierce and Platinum Mega Weiss. Fierce! Somebody today said, who was it? Who was it who said that? Olivia Peugeot. Was it Olivia Peugeot made Fierce by Abercrombie and Fitch? I was like, no, he didn't. Surely not. That was a bit before his time. Hello, Laura G, says Dura Rose. Dura Rose knows Laura G. They are friends on Instagram. Oh, goodbye, Laura G. That was short and sweet. Was surprised to learn of the town of Cheddar in England. Thought we Yanks invented it. Oh, certainly not. Was it Bruno Jovanovic that did Fierce? No, he didn't. Spaced out, take a train through the UK, you'll pass a few... I'll leave that where it is. England, a place called Cuckfield, located in Sussex. I just can't stop laughing. DJ's back. Been to Newgrange, but never Newcastle. Newcastle is exactly like what it sounds. There was a castle, it got knocked down, they built a new one, and just called it Newcastle. Which begs the question, before the new castle was built, was Newcastle just called Castle? Who knows? Not me. Just got a decant of Thomas Monaco Raw Gold, 10 out of 10, glorious. What do we have here? Any fragrance I hear that's called gold, I think of 24 Gold by Scent Story. Was it Scent Story? Remember those fragrances based on the show 24, and everybody was like 24 Gold Oud edition was an absolute banger back in the day. It was a cheapy banger when you used to be able to get fragrances cheap. I was looking online today. My friend's got a Civic Type R, or had a Civic Type R, like a 2004 one, and he $6,500 people want for them. I had one years ago, paid $3,500. How's that happened? I was driving through Scotland and my leg fell asleep right at that moment. There was a sign for my leg. I was laughing for days, says Tripler. My leg! Before it was Castle, was it Hut? I don't think it was Hut. It could have been called Mott and Bailey. You know what I mean? Sound like a place I would just drive on and not stop for crisps, says the regular tangent. Hello, Fat Boy Fragrances. Juan, how are you, my G? I hope you are well. What was the name of the electric eels before the discovery of electricity? Just eels, I think. But it sounds good. Newcastle and Newbridge just put new in front of it and it just sounds better. Yes. Old Castle. The Castle. You know? Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. I remember a village in Spain called Perves. No wonder you were there. Water dragons equals eels. Amber Castle. That reminds us, I need to go. I'm going to start negotiating with this guy who's got a vintage, what's it called? A vintage Amber Peugeot. Sure, I was going to slap us on the bottom. Slag. Does that anyway. I see the wax has set, my friends. Ah, it's a lovely candle, that. Lovely. I still love the lavender one, I must admit. It's my favourite. Slap on the bottom. The bot. Right, I'm going to go, friends. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for commenting. I'm glad you have all joined me and cheered me up on this night of poison, which I have imbibed. Goodbye, Richie G. Goodbye, Laura G. Goodbye, Baymax and Lion-O. Goodbye, Joe. Pradeep. I can't say bye to everyone because there's loads of people here. Germs, Boz, Jura. I'll be here for fucking ages. Right, I'm off. See you all soon. Cheers. Good night.